Microsoft HoloLens intelligently maps the room you're in, blending holograms with the environment around you. Pin holograms to physical locations you choose so that your room becomes a canvas for your holographic project and games. With Microsoft HoloLens, you can interact with holograms and everyday objects together. So they talk about objects you select and everything like that. It makes me think maybe there are markers that you have to...
Yeah, maybe that you put up or something. Right. And also, can other people screw with what you have in there? Like, if I leave a note in the kitchen that's like, eat shit, can Gavin come in and see that with his glasses too? Or is it just a note? Can you intelligently
hopefully
share
you could
something
share it,
like
yeah,
that?
with family.
Like,
What would be really funny is if you left a note that was eat shit, and then he opens the fridge, and you left like a little plate of Minecraft shit in there.
Yes!
And you're like, here's your dinner.
These are all the this is what I want to use this for.
You see? She's turning.
It's true.
She's getting excited about it.
I am. Now you've got me excited about telling someone to eat shit in a virtual space.
Virtually leave little messages. Well, I mean,
In there.
Someone on Twitter said that when their Xbox doesn't listen, they clap their hands like an angry parent. I just love the idea of like, hey, Xbox on.
I'd like it if they rolled up a newspaper and hit it. Like, no.
act on.
My pets are going to be terrified of me if I'm yelling at the Xbox.
Xbox, sit.
If it really misbehaves, you put it in its crate.
And so much funnier
Yeah.
than it probably was intended to be. I really enjoyed that.
I'd like to see someone walking with a leash around their Xbox.
Dragging the Xbox. Like,
Xbox, heal. Okay, that's serious.
It's just like, oh, this is just a throwback pixel thing. It's like, oh man, good try, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's like when everything was pointy, when they were just figuring out polygons and like Lara Croft's boobies.
I like how you went pointy like that. That's your exact like default.
Lara. Well, because that's I think pixels and like pointiness, and I immediately think of her. I'm sorry, think of her.
No, you're
that's
right.
The first thing I think of.
OG Lara Croft had a fucking X-Acto knife right there. I mean,
She also had like box hands.
We're not talking about hands here, Gus. Come on.
All right. It's just me.
It's just that era was like, hey, we can make things sort of rounded. They're all pointy at the end, but there's sort of like an angle there.
Yeah. They're polygons. Yay. And then
we've
like
got 12 now.
yeah, it's like they started with like sharp edges, and then like every iteration of hardware is like, we're gonna round the edge a little better, a little more.
Look, now it's a trapezoid.
Yeah. Anti-aliasing's a thing now. Woo.
That's a lot of it.
The very first E3 I ever went to was in 2000. It was May 2000, and I was walking around. And I remember I loved it because I realized that they had margarita machines on the floor and you could buy margaritas. So like I was walking around with 2 margaritas everywhere.
Double fisting immediately.
And
as you do.
I was walking. I remember it was by Warcraft 3 was being shown off. It was by the Blizzard area. They're showing off Warcraft 3. I like stepped and I kind of slipped. And I was like, oh wow, I'm getting really drunk.
Slipped on some margarita.
Well, I looked down on the ground. I slipped on a press pass.
What?
And I was like, oh shit! So I took my credentials off and put it on, and I was there with Bernie and Jeff, and at the time I was like, oh, see ya suckers, I'm going to all the press rooms. And that's all I did. It's like I get to like go back, and I remember they were showing off like all the Xbox stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the press area in the Xbox.
I want to say your press badge was like Sylvia Smith. I
don't remember the name on it.
So basically you got some reporter hyper fired, like, I'm sorry boss, I couldn't go to anything.
I swear I wasn't double fisting margaritas. I don't know who that was. Decision trees. Did you see that university researcher in, I think it was Germany, who created an artificial intelligence for Mario in like a little Mario game?
Oh, I love when they talk to it and Mario talks back.
Yeah. If I jump on Goomba, it will certainly die. It's like, what?
But then when it teaches itself, it's like... It's because they teach it that, but then when it learns itself, it jumps on the Goomba and they're like, Mario, what do you know about Goomba? And he's like, if I jump on Goomba, it maybe dies. I love it
It's so creepy.
But has it learned regret? And I feel sad.
No, it can. It does feel
does?
sad. You can adjust its happiness.
You can shit on it and it makes it sad.
It's like, Mario, how do you feel? I feel very good. It's like, then they're like, Mario, feel worse about yourself. And then you can see it's like happiness meter. It's like, Mario, how do you feel? Not very good. It's like, oh man.
Does Mario then just start overeating Yoshi eggs? And...
He eats like for this experiment, he eats coins. So when he's hungry, he has to go find coins.
Right, and when he's curious, he jumps around a lot and like explores his space. But
the funny thing I thought was when he was exploring his space, he would run forward and then stop and kind of run back. Like he was very protective, right? Like he would like run forward to see a little bit and then like would want to stop step back and see like the new part of the screen that was unveiled, and like run forward and like step back. And
he would be spamming the right shoulder button if he had access to it to like.
Yeah, he was always like trying to get a little more information, but like making sure that nothing harmful was there.
It was so weird. The happiness thing was so weird. I was laughing at my desk because they're like, "Don't feel so good, Mario," and he's like, Mario, how you feel? Not very good.
And you
like,
can see the graph, like the happiness graph, just go like boom.
What kind of awful person is like, Mario, the world is much darker. You should feel awful.
Yeah, I love that. They're like,
is
let's
sad.
program it to be sad. Like, they haven't even done that much with it. They're like, yeah, let's get that sad meter in.
Why would my creators program me to feel pain?
Oh my god, it's only like a 4-minute video, but it's really fucking interesting. They show like how it, they'll set points for it to get to on the screen or the map, and they'll show like a heat map, like Mario's like figuring out what path it needs to take to get to its end, like, and you can see it like getting warmer.
This is why the machines will destroy us, right?
Oh, absolutely. It reminded me actually of King of Kong, where it shows like how Mario's jumping, where he has that wax pencil and he's like planning out all of his jumps. That's what it reminded me of.
Their battle cry will be "For Sad Mario."
Happiness level 1.
They should have asked like, Mario, what do you know about us? Or like something like that.
Humanity.
If I jump
sad.
on if you talk to me, you most certainly die. Shut it off.
It's listening.
And that was the craziest part, is they were like, we didn't program these actions, we programmed it to learn. Like, it's learning on its own, which blows my mind.
And just wait till it gets into your augmented reality headset.
It's already right by your brain. It just drills right in.
Oh, it's like that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, where the thing gets in the camera and it kills everybody that it takes a photo of?
I never saw that.
Oh, come on. Sorry. Younger generation. I think there's a Goosebumps about it, too.
Oh. Yeah,
well, Mario's gonna get in our things and screw with us.
He's gonna get us. It'll be new to us.
You just start
Shout
hearing
out to the
whispers.
kids who got my reference.
Oh, kids.
You're old.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
Not me.
How do you feel,
Not
Gus?
very
I totally
good.
got the reference. I understood. You made.
Gus's happiness chart.
If I jump on Meg, she maybe die.
I also like that they put him in like kind of a nonsensical world. You could see that like a question mark box was under like blocks that were already there and stuff.
I want to say, I don't have the article in front of me right now. I want to say that they.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh, we're being invaded.
I don't know. I feel like that's a common
It
occurrence.
is, but they were saying the same thing, that they were waiting for a publishing
there are
deal.
pirates coming
Hey, uh oh,
We're getting more.
we already plugged
Nice.
your ish. Oh goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ryan has been crowned king
What just
after
happened?
getting hit in the head with a
Skull?
stuffed fish.
Oh,
Fish. And
I got a kiss
Meg
out of it,
got
thanks.
kissed in the shoulder by Gavin.
It would be weird if it were anyone else.
Yeah, I struggled to find his name, and for some reason I was like, why can't I think of this? And they're all gone. I have no idea what just happened.
What is it though? They're standing around waiting for something, and I feel Gavin found another. Oh, he has a bow. This is just like the Achievement
right.
Hunter stream now.
Well,
Enjoy it.
They probably changed something and are trying to preemptively make you happy. They probably just fucked something
That's
up.
why they hit him in the face with a fish.
well, that was.
That's how they do
That's
love,
how
I
you
don't
become
know.
king of the achievement hunters. You didn't know that?
Did they hit you in the face with a fish?
Oh yeah, it's part of the ceremony. Yeah.
It's like instead of getting knighted with like a sword, you get.
Yeah, you're anointed by fish. Yeah.
yeah.
Now you have to recite the names of all the former kings
Yes,
of
me.
Achievement Hunter.
That's it. I'm the once and future.
In the ancient tongue of your forefathers, machine code.
Oh God.
You're safe.
I'm
Relax.
sorry. I'm scared.
Ah,
Getting back,
nice, touchy.
getting back to the news.
Mario's got me on edge.
So I guess State of Decay is coming out on the Xbox One,
Yeah.
which I'm excited about. I liked State of Decay a lot. I never played any of the DLC, and the new version coming out on the Xbox One is going to include all of the DLC and everything. You have a tiny head. I hope that's not insulting.
No, I think most ladies would like to have a tiny head. I don't know.
As long as it's proportional, right?
Yeah, right?
Like you don't have the tiny head and giant shoulders.
Well, I'd rather have a tiny head than a giant head. You got
There
a
you go.
fat head.
I do have a giant head.
You would put your crown on your fat head.
That thing barely fit. No.
So that's not happening.
I like it. It's kind of like you're angry about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You kind of look like Jughead from the Archie comics.
This really hurts.
You had
a
a
reference
birthday
that
at
no one
Burger
will get.
King. Yeah.
So in April, State of Decay, year 1 coming out next. And thanks everyone for watching. Come check us out on Monday for Rooster Teeth Podcast and next Wednesday for another episode of The Patch.
Maybe we'll know what I'm the king of.
Yeah, I want to know what happened there.
Bye.